welcome
Hi,
to the extended cut, with Noah and
Mark.
we're going to be doing something differently today. Basically, it's going to be more of a discussion, isn't it, Dad?
Yes.
It's going to, and we're going to be discussing the new EP of Crossfaith, isn't it?
Crossfaith, yeah. It's
Crossfaith.
very exciting Japanese.
It's very, very exciting Japanese
Very,
band.
very energetic.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Crossfaith, Dad.
Yeah.
They've been going since 2006. I've been doing some research on them, and they come from Osaka, Japan.
Right.
They're an electronical band,
Right.
which is basically if you had metalcore and then you added electronics into it, basically
Right.
becomes electronical.
Okay. Yeah.
And basically, right, some people say they could be a bit of pioneers to the actual genre.
Yeah.
But I would say more of the pioneers would be Enter Shikari with their first album, and maybe Asking Alexandria with their first album. More so Enter Shikari, as we know, because they're mental, and they were massively popular back in the day. But Crossfaith have kept this genre alive, basically, at the time, and they're not that massive in Japan, but their last album got to number 14 in Japan, and they're fairly well known over here. They can sell a few gigs here and there, but I've known about them for a while now, but I just went off them for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But then suddenly, right, I see Freedom, which is basically the single off this album, well, not album, EP, Freedom, on the YouTube page, and I click on it because it has Rue from Enter Shikari in it.
Yeah, he features.
He features on it, and I listen to it, and it ends up being my track of the week.
It is, I agree.
And yes, so I decided, what, why not review this album?
Yeah, this
or EP, or whatever. But anyway, let's get into the first track. First off, we've got Freedom here. Alright, it's just I've written a couple of notes about it. It comes into you really comes into you like a ton of bricks.
A ton of bricks, right?
Hits you straight at you.
No messing about. No holds barred.
It has this massive,
powerful,
instrumental,
in your face,
instrumental sound to it. It goes do 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 do.
Yeah, it's
just
constant, heavy pounding rhythm. Isn't it?
And it's mainly melodic because it's and it's very politically charged. I think the lyrics are, and you can tell it with the actual verse itself, and it's mainly melodic though. The vocals aren't that screamy. They aren't that.
It's a fusion,
they aren't that screamy on this track, and then it has this massive chorus, isn't it? Where the keyboards gather up together, don't they?
Yeah, as Noah knows, I'm not a great screamo fan, but this is a bit different because, as just said, the fusion of screamo and that sort of electronica sound.
Yeah.
And
it is metal. It is metal.
Well, it's metal, but it's. I wrote this a bit of Linkin Park actually.
Yeah, it is a bit like Linkin Park
actually, who I did like a bit. Some of their stuff I liked, and it's that combination. So it comes across well. It's not just continuous screamo, which I wouldn't have liked at all. And Noah knows that.
So what have you got about it anyway?
I've just made a couple of notes.
On the first track.
I just said it. Basically, it's just as we've already said a little bit. It's explosive stuff. It's right at you. I like the addition of Raoul on this as well. He features.
It's Rue, I think.
Is it Rue? I thought it was Raoul.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if
it's the lead singer for Shikari.
If you're listening or watching, Rue, not listening, I don't know if you're listening.
Someone got your name wrong, mate. Yeah.
I don't know your name, but we love your band.
We love you, man. We love you. I sort of got your name.
And he comes in with this great verse.
Yeah, he does.
And spitting.
It's good featuring.
It's typical. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
What they call it, and then he'll go in as into like this crazy like kind of like verse, and yeah, his politically charged lyrics like he usually has, and he's just, I love Ed Shikari, and just think it's a perfect fit because there's so much like, if Ed Shikari went a little bit heavier, that would be them. Like they used to be like this, but like they toned down the heaviness, and now they're a bit more alternative rock.
Sure.
But yeah, crazy keyboards and
it really is.
It does not let up. It does not.
At all for
People might call this generic, but like it's. I mean,
which way is it generic?
It's because like some of the breakdowns or whatever, they could say it's like a typical metalcore, electroniccore thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think it's just an absolute headbanger. You know, some of it could be maybe a little bit done before, but it's still good. But anyway, that's all we got to say about that track.
Absolutely.
Moving on to like the next track, you got Rockstar Steady.
Yeah, we've got Rockstar Steady, which
is like a pendulum. Like it has like a pendulum-esque start to it. I think
we've had a little bit of pendulum, not that much.
No. If you listen to Pendulum, like back in the day, you know when they switched from they from drum and bass and they became more like Prodigy. It's like a lot. It's like that. The instrumental all around, the gain, brilliant.
Superb. I can't fault it. Again, it's right at you, in your face, and he's
This song's more of a hype song than I would say and then it is like a headbanger or a mosh pit starter or a circle pit. It's more of a song that will get you hyped and get you jumping up and down in the club or whatever, because it's
the first was one
because it is, and you know, because it has like drum and bass and breakbeat influences to it, and it's just and also they have this Japanese rapper Jesse, who I don't know much about, but he features in this, and he does a good verse, and yeah. It also has those nice robot voices. It's like crazy, like it's kind of corny, but I like the robot voices. They use these robot voices.
I don't know how they've used to do that actually.
But it's just a studio technique.
It comes across well. It's not gimmicky. It's not too gimmicky at the expense of a good song. It's well done in the studio. It's well produced.
And what do you think of it?
Yeah, I liked it very much. I'm just following up on what I'm saying. It's not too gimmicky with that technique, whatever technicality that was used when it was recorded, and it comes across really well. It doesn't spoil it. It's a really good song. Continuing from the first song, it carries in the same vein. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And anyway, moving on to the final track of this EP. And by far, this is the heaviest track, and this just proves.
It certainly is.
This just proves that this EP album, whatever you bloody want to call it, it does not at all hold up, does it? Like it literally, you're literally on a boom, boom, boom,
absolutely.
And you get even, and now you get into the final track, and you just like you get submerged straight into a massive mosh pit. Like you think because they've gone all hype, they might slow it down a little bit. You know, they might. I don't expect them to be like.
You wouldn't do a mosh pit with this song, but all three songs.
But no, this song I can't pronounce it. Is it
Divolus?
Divolus,
yeah.
But like it's like an all-round mosh pit song, isn't it?
It is. Completely round and around you go.
Yeah, and it's just or circle pit or wall of death, whatever. Like it's got mental instruments. Like drums are insane. Like I love the drummer. He's got so much energy, especially if you see the drummer live. It's absolutely insane.
Brilliant drummer.
And like the guitars is just like really full on at you. beastly screams, like really
Yeah,
good lows and highs. He's got his voice range is insane. I mean, it does have a melody to it, a slight melody to it. I mean, with the chorus and all that.
Excuse me, yeah, there is.
Which gives you a bit of a break.
It does give a break, because I thought it was a little bit too much scream at one stage, but then it
anyway,
does break, doesn't it?
But anyway, it's just like the overall riffs to this are very, very much. They're very much thrash metal. They're like Metallica, you know the typical Metallica riff that basically here. So this isn't just a band that is going to be like electronics and not going to have any heaviness to them, or just like they're like a couple of kids. They do actually have some riffs behind them. They do have some beastly riffs behind them. I mean, they're probably. I mean, to be fair, they have stolen it. It's a generic riff, but I mean, they have got some metal to them. Like, people could criticise and say they're too electronic or whatever, and they're too this. They're not real metal. But I mean, seriously, this track is definitely metal. Definitely metal. I mean, what do you think?
Oh, very much so. It's metal. I thought at one stage it may be a bit too screamo. But then the melodic side to it's not, well, I say melodic, the right word, but it just lessens slightly. And it's, yeah, I would think it is. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is.
But anyway, let's wrap up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically, I'm going to give this EP. I think it's a really good EP. I want to check out more. I want Crossfaith to release another single soon, or another album.
Or maybe an album.
It's just like because I really want to hear what's next for them. For me, this EP is full on, and it's really good metal album, and I've got to give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I think it's certainly full on from the first few bars. The first song is actually, it's in your face. It's it does not let up. 3 songs, bang, bang, bang. It's really there. It's a band that when you've heard this, you won't forget them. If you don't know them already, obviously, you will not forget them in a hurry. You won't want to forget them. You want it, as Noah's just said, you want to hear more. Hopefully, another single, maybe an album that'll be good, really good. And I give this an 8 out of 10, just a high 8, and I absolutely.
Buy this EP,
buy it,
and listen to it. Listen to this EP because it is good.
Absolutely,
and we agree. So high five.
High fives.
I like the previous reviews. Well, we do agree on Tyler though. Tyler the creator.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, this is basically us rounding off for the this week anyway.
Particular.
Well, hopefully not this week, because hopefully we might have a review on Sunday, and unfortunately, Dad, it might be Kesha.
I hope not.
It might be.
I hope not.
It might be Kesha.
That's going to be hard.
It's probably going to be the biggest release.
Let's hope not.
Probably going to be the biggest release of next week.
Because we've had some good music, and I'm sure you've been watching, or maybe hopefully.
Oh, we've got to
listening.
Well, we've got to have a range anyway. Yeah. But anyway, this is the extended cut. Signing off with a mug of coffee.
See you now.
An old man.
And a young man.
And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like this video, and also subscribe to be notified when we next make a video. Okay, cheers.
Cheers.